Hey, in cricket news that broke this morning a few hours ago, Joe Root has stood down as England Test captain. I think this should have happened after the Ashes series. There was mounting pressure um, straight after that 4-0 defeat in the Ashes. And then to go on to lose to the West Indies as well, and the manner they did when they drew the first two tests from winning positions. Um, it, there's no permanent head coach, there's no permanent director of cricket, and now there's no captain. The ECB is under a lot of pressure to restructure itself. Really, the ECB is really under a lot of pressure. Um, the emphasis on the shorter formats of the game. Yes, we won the Cricket World Cup a couple of years ago, but that hasn't transferred to the Test side in the last 18 months. The record in the last year and a half is one Test win. Since January last year. Obviously, COVID's obviously had an impact, but I think, while Joe Root has won the most tests as England captain, his win percentage, however, is not as high as people think. He's lost a fair few test matches as well, a lot of draws in there. So his overall win percentage is actually not as high as it could be. It's surprising. He's been Test captain now since 2017, since he replaced Alistair Cook. There was some at the time who thought he was maybe the wrong guy at the time. Now, there's been some highs in there. There's been some great Test series wins. There's been some great displays by England in that period. But as time has worn on, the performances in the form have dropped off a cliff. Chris Silverwood, I think that was the wrong appointment. Some of the squad selections that England have made as well, in regards to the Ashes and the West Indies series, not playing Stuart Broad in every Ashes test, not taking Jimmy Anderson in the last two Test series either. Yes, he's getting on a bit, and this will probably be his last summer as an England Test bowler. I think he probably retires, but leaving out that experience in key tests, some of the selections made, some of the tactics employed have left, some head-scratching decisions made there. While his batting form is good, there are some question marks about his leadership, whether he was the right guy, whether he was the right character to be captain. This looks like a divided dressing room as well. I think there are some issues within that dressing room, within the elite squad. Obviously, I don't know how much input he had with Moeen Ali when Moeen Ali announced his retirement from Test cricket. That was, yes, his form had wobbled a little bit, but he's still a capable spinning all-rounder. Who can bat and field as well. Losing him from the selection side of things it was a blow. Obviously, you've got players like the Curran brothers who are, very, very talented, young all-rounders who are still developing their game. Jofra Archer, when he's fully fit, is an outstanding pace bowler who can bat a bit. But yeah, some of the question marks over some of the team selections and some of the tactics employed in recent Test series, and the form has been diabolical. Something had to give. He was so defiant after the Ashes, and he was so defiant after the West Indies series that he's going to stay on and keep going. But why the sudden change, I don't know, but he's gone. Who they get as a permanent replacement long term as captain will be very, very interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot of people going that Stuart Broad should be at least a temporary captain for the rest of the calendar year until a permanent, more permanent replacement can be found. There are those saying Ben Stokes should be captain, although some of the statements Ben Stokes has given around the leadership role as vice captain raise some questions as well. In regards to, is Ben Stokes the right guy? We've tried putting the best player as captain before and it hasn't worked. So the ECB are under pressure to get the right guy in, but Joe Root, while there's been some great wins in there and some great series wins in there, the last year and a half, should he have gone earlier? Quite possibly. Has he stayed on too long? Probably. Was he the right guy in the first place? That's another hypothetical question. There's no doubt that when England were good, he was good, but when England were bad, he didn't perform well under pressure, I don't think. I think he was too nice. He's a very nice, likeable character, but is he really captain material? That's another question. But yeah, he's decided to stand down with immediate effect. So it'll be interesting to see who the ECB decide to name as captain following on, and who it is. There's a lot of people going for Stuart Broad, and there's a lot of people going for Ben Stokes. I think Stuart Broad would be the sensible option in the short to medium term. Long term, we shall have to wait and see. But I think there does need to be a change in the leadership group within the dressing room. There does need to be a change with selection policy, and the ECB needs to have a long, hard look at itself and the direction the ECB is taking with cricket. With the 100 format, that is getting mixed reviews. It's going to be interesting to see what the ECB's decision for captaincy is going forward. But there we go. Joe Root has stood down as England captain with immediate effect. Thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will have some more videos for you very, very soon.